KKTV 11 News reporter Stephanie Ross joins us live from the scene. Steph, what's happening right now?
You know what, Jeff and Kim, this is unbelievable. You can kind of see there's still flames and still a ton of smoke behind me. You can see there's probably about 3 or 4 ladder trucks just from this side of the apartment complex that you can see. Now, we've heard that this is displaced. Oh, actually, it's about 130 apartments in this entire building. Everybody has had to been evacuated. That's going to affect, we're thinking, upwards of over 500 people is what we're hearing as far as estimations go. There are over 90 firefighters on this fire right now. They're talking about 19 different trucks from all over the city coming in to help them fight this fire. It truly is unbelievable. We were talking to, actually everybody has been moved to a church just over my shoulder here. That's where they're setting things up. American Red Cross is there to help people with water, getting cots and blankets for people that have absolutely nowhere to go, because at this point there's probably not a lot of belongings of really anybody's that are going to be able to be saved. This is an unbelievable fire. Even Red Cross was saying that this is one of the biggest fires that they've dealt with in a very long time.
A news conference recently, Stephanie, what have you learned?
Yeah, absolutely. It just ended. Actually, what we've heard is that at this point, firefighters are in a defensive mode. This fire has gotten so big that it's really very dangerous for firefighters to be inside. So they've decided to completely try to fight this fire from the outside. And that's what you guys are seeing behind me. There are a ton of ladder trucks here. There's 3 or 4 that you can just see from this side of the building. Tons of smoke. You can still see some flames on the other side there that's just glowing off of that smoke. At this point, they say that 13 people have been sent to the hospital. That's from injuries. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath from running back from that press conference, but 13 injuries, mostly minor, from people jumping out of windows, getting sprained ankles, broken bones, the exposure too, because it is so cold out here. And people are in their pajamas, slippers. And so just being out in the cold in and of itself has sent some people to the hospital. Also some smoke inhalation injuries as well. We're not hearing any fatalities as of yet, which is great news, but they are definitely fighting this as hard as they possibly can. They said that they've had as many as 90 to 100 firefighters out here at any given time. They've been switching out crews, so every department in Colorado Springs has been here at some point, but they're trying not to wear these guys out. Some challenges that they face, this weather, because it is so cold with the water falling on everything, it's making it a little bit difficult. They say that this fire is so deep-rooted that it actually may take quite a long time to get this fire out.
That's at 3770 East Uinta near Academy and Galley. Stephanie, what's happening right now?
They're still trying to battle this fire. As I said, they are at this point, they're at a defensive mode, and so all of the firefighters have been removed from the building. There are, 4 or 5 ladder trucks that I can see from just here that are attacking the fire from above. You can still see flames, and this is after 5 hours of fighting this fire. There's still flames jutting out from the roof. Tons of smoke around here. There's also lots of ground crews that are attacking this from the ground and sending, water up into the windows. Trying to take care of this from the outside because there's been so many collapses as far as the roofs collapsing, and it's just unsafe for any firefighters to be inside. At this point, they're saying that there's 130 apartments that have been affected by this, as many as 500 people that are being displaced. They are all right now at a Red Cross shelter just yards away from where the apartment complex is. The pastor of that church was telling us that he was awoken to screams, people yelling, people jumping out of windows, and he went and opened up the church for people to get inside and keep warm. This is an amazing sight, an unbelievable fire. It is truly, truly a terrible thing to see this many people being affected this way. But they said that it will be probably hours and hours before they can get actually a handle on this fire because it is so intense.
Reporter Stephanie Ross joins us live from the scene. Stephanie, what's the very latest right now?
Very latest is that these firefighters are trying to attack this fire from any way that they can. They are not inside the building because it is so dangerous. There have been things caving in, the roof caving in, floors, things like that. So they've decided it's way too dangerous to be inside, but they are fighting this. They said it's going to probably be hours before they get this under control. As for the people being displaced, people in 130 apartments, actually 14 of those didn't have people residing in them, but they're estimating hundreds and hundreds of people have been displaced. Right now, they are being taken care of the Red Cross at a local church. Now, the pastor of that church lives just yards away from this apartment complex. He was awoken by people screaming, yelling, and people falling out of the windows, so he decided to open up that church to help everybody out. What did you wake up to?
Well, screaming and people running around barefoot in the snow. And so we went to the north side and saw, well, actually, The north side didn't show much. The east side's where all the fire was from the windows, and people actually were jumping out of the windows, and it was really bad. So James, my roommate, and I went out, and then my wife suggested we open up the church. None of us, that didn't really occur to us. So yeah, we came over and opened up the church and met Brian with the fire department, and he came through and started coordinating and sending people this direction.
Now that is one of the challenges. It is so cold out here that actually 14 people have been sent to the hospital. Some of those people from exposure, from just being in their pajamas out in this cold. Other people have been sent to the hospital for broken bones, sprained ankles, things like that from jumping out of the windows. Also some smoke inhalation. We're not hearing about any deaths at this point. There was one firefighter also minorly injured, but good news that we're not hearing any fatalities at this point. But again, they're still kind of counting heads, trying to figure out exactly what losses they have here. Firefighters saying that this building probably will be an entire loss. Everybody's belongings inside not looking very good. I mean, at this you can already see that it's pretty well damaged. Tons of smoke, tons of flames. So it's going to take a while for them to really get a handle on this at all. Back to you guys.
Stephanie, this has been burning now for almost 5 hours. I assume almost all of the city's firefighters have been in rotation, I assume, fighting this fire since it's been going on for so long.
Absolutely. They say that everybody in the city has been out here at certain rotations. At any given time, there's been 100 firefighters on scene to fight this fire. They've pulled in all the resources that they possibly can. Several ladder trucks. They're actually saying about 16 trucks, 16 fire ladder trucks, and another 6 vehicles all out here to try to fight this fire. So they are definitely pulling all the resources that they have available to try to get this fire out.
We saw some massive flames shooting from this building. Right now, when you're looking back, is it mostly smoke or is it still a pretty active fire?
Yeah, it is very active, and it's surprising after 5 hours. Usually at this point you'd think that maybe they would get it under control, but there's still flames jutting out of the top of the roof, tons of smoke. So I mean, you can see it's such an intense fire that they're really having a hard time being able to really get it under control. Still a lot of flames, a lot of fire out here right now.
All right, Stephanie Ross live. We'll check back with you a little bit, and of course some road closures in that vicinity. So